So last time, where we left off 2 weeks ago, right? You'll remember that we were pushing through the Tome of the Dragon-Hearted dungeon, right? And we crawled through and we ended with your escape through the top hole in the back of the dungeon. As you escaped, you ran down to your carts, right? You read the prophecy. We all remember the prophecy?
Hold.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna pin it in the Discord.
Yeah, there's something about a gem.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The one
Like
where
the
it was
father,
like-
yeah.
It's
Oh,
under, if you ever want to look at it, it's common speak in
Adventurers
the
who read
pins.
these tomes beware.
Beware.
Beware!
For the ancient power that lies within remains a terrible secret meant to keep. Avoid the Father, capitalized, as all he brings are empty promises and terrible things. And once all five determine again who amongst them hides, comma, a gem, capitalized, they'll lead away the gem held high to Underdark, capital U, to be rid soon nigh.
Underdark. I don't remember that part.
Underdark.
Yeah, that's in there.
Mike doesn't have a camera.
I know, I was switching it out because it was about to die.
Gotcha.
We're supposed to say anything.
Sorry, I
think
never know
every
if he
episode-
knows it or not.
I always know, don't worry. I get a little notification. Oh.
I
I
got you.
think every episode your camera's died, Mike.
I think it dies right at, that's like how I know. I'm like, oh, okay, camera died. I guess I should wrap up the session, you know?
That's the wrap up.
That's
yeah.
our ending
Yeah.
point.
Whenever my AirPod dies, I'm like, all right, wrapping up soon.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so exactly. So we ended with you receiving your prophecy from the Tome of the Dragon-Hearted, and you'll remember that you all got the same prophecy read. And I believe we actually are picking up today with a bit of a time skip in our timeline. So we're picking up today with you guys having traveled to you're traveling along your way to Name, right? And along the way, you have decided to leave the Tomb of the Dragon-Hearted. So I assume you went back out, you got your cart, and then you've traveled along to Name. Because you went out and got your cart, it only took about 8 hours to get there. And just looking back through, I remember Akla was stitching up his clothes to account for his missing tail. Did anyone else have anything in particular they were doing during your downtime? Since you had the cart, you were sitting, and you could have taken a long rest. You could have done any sort of thing.
Sam would have long rested for sure.
Okay, so you can account for that.
Yeah.
All right. So everyone but Akla was long resting. Mark, were you as well?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, you guys have rested up, and along your way to Name, we pick back up with your characters in the desert. As you've been progressing, you've left. You remember you went back out to the main road, and you left the pyramids of prowess behind. The pyramid ruins that you came across on the way to the tome. And as you pass by these old pyramids that are half covered up by the sand amongst these old temples, you would have kept going, and you would have passed by the Tiger's Tooth, which is a long, straight mountain that sticks up out of a small mountain range that follows along the River Qualms. The path that you're along is currently following the River Qualms. And as you're having to go out and around the mountain range with the Tiger's Tooth on it, you are entering into a new town, right? You've come to a small crossroads, and you're now entering into a new town. At this crossroads, you saw a sign that pointed in the same direction, Clate, and then to Name. So you are now entering into the city of Clate, the last town before Name. We enter into the city with you guys rolling in on your cart. Your cart is casually striding along. I believe, Akla, you're driving it,
yeah.
yes? And as night is beginning to fall, you're entering into the town of Clate. In the town of Clate, you're walking up. Sorry, let me flip to my page. I apologize. As you are driving into Clayt, you'll notice a number of things. You'll notice that as the sun is beginning to set, there is still a number of people out and about. And as you come up and into the center of town, you notice there are a great number of people in the center of town. They are congregated in the center, and they seem to be holding a riot of sorts. Not in a riot in an aggressive sense, but more of a protest in some way. You're not sure exactly, but you hear them shouting at the foot of steps to what seem to be a grander building that stands above the rest. This town is primarily made of, residential buildings with an occasional shopkeep, but mostly they seem to be workstations rather than actual shopping centers. So this clearly just seems to be a place for blacksmithing and leather making and all sorts of various tool craft. The riot that you are driving into the center of town to see is occurring at the steps of the largest building in town that has steps leading on up to it. The people at the bottom seem to be shouting towards a small group of people who are up top overlooking the crowd, and they seem to be almost at odds with each other. And I leave it to you guys.
Okay.
All right.
Does anyone have like any signs? Can we like hear any chants or anything going on?
You will have noticed there aren't signs being held up. They don't really have the prowess to make those, but they are shouting out a number of various things. They are shouting out, "Release the gold! Share the wealth! Let us get our own trade resources! Down with the hierarchy! Spread the wealth!"
Oh yeah.
Do you guys know that I used to live here?
Here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Born and
no,
raised.
that, no.
Born and raised.
You know like anyone
Can you
around
show us
here?
around?
Yeah.
Not really. It's been a hot minute since I've been here. They weren't really rioting when I left.
Gotcha.
That
Yeah.
was
Any
a
idea
long
why they
riot.
might be riding?
Not really, to be honest. It's a little weird. I've never done this before.
Okay.
Any like wealth disparity around here, something like that, you know?
A pretty poor area.
Who runs this place?
Who what?
Who runs this place?
He's
Governor?
gonna do a history check.
You want to do a
Who
history?
runs
Yeah,
the
you can
place?
roll a history check for
Yeah.
Joe Byron.
that.
That'll be a 7.
Are you sharing this knowledge to the crowd that you're remembering?
Yeah.
Okay. You'll remember, Merc, that when you last lived here, there wasn't really a person in charge, or not that you knew. You were young. It was more that people just kept to themselves and traded with the outside world. It didn't seem like there was a person in charge at the time.
Interesting.
So is everyone else here also a cat?
No, that was just a me thing. Not everyone else's.
Didn't that happen here?
It happened on the road from here to Name. So it didn't happen here.
Or in name? The road from here.
No,
Wait,
we're in.
We're in
Oh.
Clayt. We are in Clayt.
and Clay.
Did we just
Yeah.
come from name?
We're on the
We're
way
going
to
to
Name.
Name.
It's the last town
Yeah.
before Name.
There's only like one route to Name,
Well,
and it's a bit of a seasonal drive. But there's only one route. You can only go certain times of the year.
So
Is
we're
this
gonna
a
like
town?
pass through again. The
What do you
place
say?
You turned into a cat. We're gonna go there again then.
That's where we're heading to. Yeah.
Okay.
Draggy, are you thinking of becoming a cat?
No, I just wanted to see how. I don't quite understand.
I do.
I don't understand the dragon inside your stomach either.
Maybe we could turn Akla back into a snake at this altar.
I'm
If you
still
want-
a snake. It's just a very long-lasting potion. All right. I'm literally fine. Give me like 2 days. I'll be back to snake self. You know.
I
Guys,
feel like that's not true.
Which one of us has the doctorate here? Just a question.
What's the
Asking. You know.
it's not me, but I could probably learn one.
the human does.
I mean, all I've seen you do as a doctor is turn yourself not into a snake.
All right.
In
He
fact, you did
did-
the opposite.
Yeah.
It's
He
a very
did
sore
give
subject right
one
now.
of us a snake tingle.
I want to listen to what these guys are saying.
They're repeating those sort of chants. The down with the wealth, bring down the hierarchy. But as you guys have rode into town, you see a couple of them have started pointing over to you. Some have even started to come at you. And as you begin to look around, they call up to you. They're staring at you, Dreki. Are you with the hierarchy? Are you here to rule us as well? Well,
Dreki,
are you?
they know. The answer's no.
No.
So you're here to help us fight them then?
I think we're just here to keep moving. Money.
Well,
Guffin, what are you talking about?
I don't know. Dr. Arkler was doing that. I don't know.
Maybe they'll pay us. I don't know.
They
Saying.
seem to be very against capitalism. That's just my initial impression.
But they distribute some wealth to us. You know?
If
That's what I'm thinking.
Well,
Robin,
it seems as though they're struggling to get the wealth to be distributed in the first place.
yes, we're the middleman. They've got the
Yeah.
wealth. They want the wealth. And here's us.
Yeah.
And Hood. Hood, I've heard of him.
Okay.
He's done a similar thing in the past. Dregi, ask him what wealth.
Okay. What wealth?
what wealth? Well, the wealth of the people, don't you see? Don't look at us. Look at us. Looking around, the people don't seem particularly unwealthy. I mean, they look average, like averagely dressed people. They look rather similar to the people you would have seen in the city. Obviously, they're dressed more in tradesman clothes rather than, seller's clothes. But, I mean, it's not like they are showing signs of extreme poverty or...
What are the people on like the thing wearing that they were yelling at?
The people up on the steps, looking up there, you will see that they seem to be much more of a higher, class in terms of dress and presentation. But they are also all half-elves, you will notice. All the ones up on the steps.
The protesters on the steps?
No, the ones, like the higher class elites are half-elves. The people down on the streets seem to be more human and little, like, dwarfish, a little more of a mixed bunch.
Do half elves plus half elves make more half elves, or is it like a
Border elves.
Order.
I mean, if they were to
It's like
mix
a
half-elves,
Punnett
they'll
Square
keep,
thing.
but they'll keep a lot of
Maybe
the,
it's
like...
or is it like a half the time it's a half elf, and then a quarter a human and elf? You know what I mean?
That's
Because
what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's what
Oh,
I'm
that
thinking.
might be
Punnett
true.
Square.
That might be
Punnett
true.
Square.
Yeah.
Mike's going, oh,
Me actively learning genetics during session.
Punnett Square.
The human part is the recessive gene.
That's why Guffin and I don't look that alike.
Right.
Yes.
That makes sense. Wait, have
That's
you got
why variant humans look the way they do.
Samuel? What's your intelligence?
If I would rate it on a scale of 1 to 20, I would put it at maybe 12.
That's not bad, all things considered. All right, well, let me talk to this guy, Dregi. Figure out what do we do for this guy? He doesn't seem to know what's going on anyways.
All right, guy. What do you need?
Well, what do you mean? Well, we need the wealth. We need the people. We need to rise up.
All right, and where's your plan to take it?
What? A plan? We just do. We'll just rise up.
So do it.
He's right. There's
I am.
you see a number of the people like around him have started to like listen in on your conversation as you're kind of shouting at each other over the roar of the crowd. And as you do, there is sort of like an agreement across the crowd that they are like, wait, let's rise up. We'll do it. and they're beginning to like. There's definitely an energy in the crowd as something seems to be about to happen. As the like energy continues to build, you see the people around themselves start to pull out their like tools and like devices they use for whatever they make, right? A lot of meat cleavers, a lot of pitchforks, all sorts of different tools that could be conceived as makeshift weapons. And there seems to be an energy as the people start to take steps up the stairs towards the higher room. And as you are watching this, you'll see the people are beginning to move upward, and the half-elves up on top have started to fan out in front of the crowd and are holding their hands outward. As you do, you'll notice there are, as they're holding their hands out, you'll see that there is an energy beginning to build on their hands. This energy is in the focus of rings that line these half-elves' fingers. They are like all of them have a ring on each finger, and these rings begin to glow with a reddish sort of glow. And as they do, their hands erupt into a yellowish flame. They are now holding these flames outward in a groove, fanned out, attempting to hold these individuals back. And as the flames erupt, you see the energy begins to the energy of the crowd begins to die down as they're kind of running out from the flames that are now just being held out in front of them. But a few brave ones are still holding their ground at the foot of the steps. The crowd at this point has begun to fill the center part of the has grown and has definitely filled this town center. It is difficult to pass through with its current size, and the people on the steps still seem to be anxious and twitchy, almost as if they're pounced to strike.
We asked like the people what do those dudes up there do, you know? Like, aside from take the wealth, you know, but like how?
Do you want to ask them?
Yeah, great.
As you're like kneeling down to, just a dude on the side, right? This dwarvish guy that you're kind of kneeling over to look at. He looks up at you and shouts out, well, don't you see? They showed up here. They spout their religion, and they tell us to join them and give them our wealth. And, well, we assume they're good people, but now they've taken it and given us nothing. They've ruined this place. They've ruined our town. They continue to take our wealth. And for what? To line their fingers with golden rings? What for it? What of it?
So you gave them...
Go ahead.
Sorry, go, Sam. Go for it.
Nope.
Okay, so like you gave them your money like willingly?
Well, yeah, the church people, we figured a church can't be bad.
Okay. You gave them like all your money though.
Well, we gave them you give your church some proceedings to help them out, to suffice to support the church, and well, we assumed we'd get, good tidings and charity work out of it, but we've gotten nothing. All they've done is hoard our wealth, line their hands with golden rings, and stay up there on their church walls. You see now the crowd is beginning to hold their weapons towards the half-elves and begin to walk up again. They're slowly this time approaching the half-elves. You can tell that the half-elves are twitchy, and a fight might break out in a couple of seconds.
Sam would like to walk inside the building.
You want to walk up to the
protesters, just like push through the crowd, push past the half-elves into the building.
So you're going to step down off of the carriage and walk up there. Okay. Absolutely. I'm going to need you to roll an
initiative.
acrobatics check as you're walking up
Acrobatics?
to the, like you have to push through the crowd to get up there.
6.
You are slow moving through this crowd. This is difficult terrain. People are rummaging. You're just kind of swept up in the motion the moment you step off this cart, separated from the cart, and are being swept up the stairs, not necessarily out of your own volition. It's hard to break out of the crowd. You're just kind of be swept up in the motion.
I'm gonna ask the little man that they were talking to. I'm gonna say, "Oi, what does their god look like?"
Well, we don't know. They haven't had a service. They haven't had a church. They haven't had a service. How are we supposed to know? They've just asked for our money, promised a service, promised charity work, and given us nothing. You see at this point that Sam is actively being separated from the group and up towards the half-elves, holding the flames down against the protesters. It seems that Sam maybe end up being swept up should a conflict break out and would be alone from you guys.
I would like to just like drop like a stone. Just like onto
You
the
want to
ground,
lay out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just drop weight.
You need to roll a survival check for me as you're attempting not to be stepped down by this packed in crowd.
Yes.
Imagine laying out in the middle of like New York City, Times Square, New Year's Eve night. Like that's the vibe.
12.
Okay, you are going to take 2 points of damage as you're being stepped on by this crowd, but you're successfully like no longer moving and you've hit the dirt. The rest of the party sees that Sam plummets to the ground and is unable to be seen anymore from the ground. You can see where he went down, but you're not sure where he is anymore. Your cart at this time is completely being swarmed as well, as it's like surrounded. Juggy?
I would like to cast minor illusion right in front of the little elves,
Uh-huh.
and I want to make an illusion of like a very wealthy elf who seems very nice and but stern, and he's looking at them and he goes, and he has a lot of wealth on him and he has gold and like church symbols, whatever I can see on the church.
You try to just mimic what they're wearing as much as possible? Or, okay.
He's like higher tier.
Okay. What would be the major distinction between them and the higher tier? What do you assume?
He got all like multiple rings on each finger. He's wearing real clean and wealthy clothing. Wait, can I have sound with minor illusion or no?
No.
Minor illusion, static image.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It's just a dude up there holding up his finger. Just wait. Do not do anything. Wait. Okay, they see. Is there a range on minor illusion?
30 feet, but I'm not sure.
I would say you're probably 60 feet away right now. So if the range is 60, you'll be able to reach. But if not, you have to get closer to cast that and off the cart.
It's 30.
Okay, you would have to get off the cart if you want to try that.
Yeah, can I try to like swim through?
Yeah, roll. Are you doing it forcefully or are you just trying to move with the crowd?
I just want to get there fast enough that...
Athletics check.
Okay. Oh, I think I'm good at that.
Oh, I think I'm good at that.
Wait, I think that might be good for me.
23.
23. You are very successful at maneuvering through this crowd. I think it might be your size, despite your shortness. You just have the broad enough shoulders to split people apart. And you get close enough to be able to cast up this illusion. Can you roll a deception check as this elf who that you assume to be a larger or a higher rank than these other individuals appears in front of these guards as they are staring at the illusion in front of them.
Where Sam is at, does he see this happening?
He is on the ground. He wouldn't see it happening, but he would hear the results of it. He's probably not far from where Dreggy is right now.
Okay.
I have advantage on deception.
Okay?
20.
You see these guards begin almost to like falter a bit as they're looking over at their guy, and for a brief second, you see their hands begin to lower. And the moment they lower, the crowd begins to sweep forward, right? And begins to rush up the stairs the moment their hands drop next to them. And you see the crowd is now running up on against the church and pushing the half elves up against the walls of the church, attempting to break in. You see the half elves rush back into the church, but everyone else is still banging, attempting to find a way in after the elves have escaped. Your illusion drops away as the people move into it. I need Sam to roll a survival check.
Youch.
15.
And I need Dragon to roll a perception check. 15. You're going to take 1 point of damage as you're still just being stepped on, but the crowd is mostly passed over you at this point. And you can see it's dispersing just a little, the density is lower enough that you could stand up. You're not really in risk of being stepped on. People can see that you're there.
A critical failure.
And that one.
So 2.
Okay. All right. You're not seeing a whole lot about what this church is. You can tell that the people had rings on, and they had kind of matching sort of light bluish gowns with golden trimmings. But they you don't have a whole lot else about them. The moment the door did close, you heard it close quite forcefully, and now it is unable to notice. That is what you've just seen about this situation. The people are still anxious, getting angry, trying to get into this church. But at the moment, the cart is able to move forward.
Does it look like there's any windows or anything?
There are
other way
stained
in
glass
the church?
windows on this church. There's obviously the center, and you don't know what's on the other sides. You can only see this front half of the church. It's up into the steeple. It's quite larger than a normal building, but it's not grand cathedral sized. It's just a church of a smaller village.
Does it look like a newer church?
Definitely.
So it's shut.
It is. At least the front door is locked tight.
What is the lock situation look like?
It's hard to tell because that is where the crowd of people is. The crowd of people
Is there any other entrances?
You'll have to take a chance and scout around it.
I would like to do that, please.
All right. You're going to roll an investigation check. Are you trying to do so without being seen? Are you concerned about that at all?
No.
Okay. Just an investigation
checking it
check. Is anyone joining her? Him?
Dirty 20, dude.
Sheesh.
Side.
As Sam is searching the outside of this church, he finds a side entrance. Churches typically have the main entrance and also have a side entrance through a priest's sort of offshoot, right? And that is the door that you find, Sam.
Okay.
You're unsure about whether it's unlocked or not, but you do know that this door exists. Walking around, you see the lights inside seem to be small candle lights, but it's not a big fire. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of movement on the other side. You're unsure of the state of what's inside there. The stained glass with all its depictions on it are unable to shed some you're blocked out of vision from what's going on inside this church.
Okay. I would like to call everybody over and just show them what I found. See what they think.
Sam comes over and ushers you to join him and discover the side door that he just found into the church. The crowd is still attempting to break down. You're going to tie up the cart and go join? The crowd is still attempting to break down the front door as you're ushered to join Sam at the side door.
We'll join, yeah.
Okay. As you head over to the side door, you'll find that the door seems to be simple, just a wooden door, and not nearly as fancily done. There's no interesting woodwork or anything on this door. It seems simple, modest, and just a side door into the church. There is clearly a lock that would have a keyhole on it that is on the door to get in.
Can I try and pick it?
Sure.
Pull out an arrow and pick that shit.
use-
Actually, wait. I have thieves' tools.
Okay. Thieves' tools. You're proficient in thieves' tools then?
Yes.
Okay. I think that's a. Give me a second. There's actual. I think there's. Yeah. Okay, you're gonna do a dex check, and you're gonna add your proficiency bonus.
Straight dex.
Dex check plus your proficiency.
Okay. Natural 20. Don't even need it.
Yo, we gotta have an in-person session. These dice rolls.
I'm telling you.
That's what
my dice they're
Dude,
something.
I'm getting too many of them myself. I feel
I
like
feel like
I feel like yeah.
healthy.
You feel like you're cheating because it's so like
yeah. It
rigged.
feels illegal.
As you stick your lock in there, you feel almost as if you like pressed it in correctly. The pins slide up, and you hear a click as the door unlatches and creaks ever so slightly forward as the door is opened.
Got it.
I'm gonna yell, "Over here, guys!" and then close the door again. That'll block anyone from like sneaking up on us.
Huh?
What?
Are you doing that after we enter?
Yeah, after we enter.
Oh, okay. You're walking in and
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So as you all just walk into this door, Dreggy shouts out, "Over here, guys!" And you hear a running as some of the people from the front entrance come over to rush the side door as you close it behind you. Are you locking it or are you just closing it?
Lock
Yeah,
it.
locking it.
Locking it. In front of you, you see a small chamber. It has a couple of candles that are lit, a desk in front of it, and another door with no lock to the outside, to the main church, right? The desk in front of you has a number of papers strewn across from it. As you shout out Dreggy, you hear a sound and a bunch of footsteps coming toward the door that is to the inner church. You maybe have 5 seconds before that door is about to be opened by the people on the inside of the church. Would you like to hold any actions?
I'm gonna touch Dreggy and give him guidance.
Okay. Dreggy's giving guidance. What's our positioning looking like as this door's about to open?
Can I hold the door closed?
You want to rush the door?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Dreggy, you're going to rush the door, and you'll notice that the hinges are to the outside. So the door, you are holding it in to keep it into this smaller room. All right? So you're going to roll a strength check as you're trying to just hold it in, just brute forcing it.
21.
As you do so, the moment you grab the handle, you hear the other side of the door being attempted to be opened, and you're hearing shouting from a number of people on the other side of the door. "What are they doing in here? They got in! Quick, arm yourselves!" And as they do, they grab the door and attempt to pull it forward.
No, would they get
Is that gonna load? Load.
No.
Load. It's too shiny. It was a nat 20.
He's cheating.
Yeah.
Oh.
And as they do so, you're attempting to pull the door in, but they just and the door rips open. You're almost pulled out of the room as you're holding onto the door. And as they pull it out and you holding onto the door, dragged out
you,
into
my
the
little
next
kitten.
room, you see that there are 4 half-elves and 1 giant elf. And he is standing absolutely built, standing over you, watching the 5 of you in this room. Roll initiative as the 4 half-elves cast fire into the room that you're standing against.
I don't know how they beat me. I rolled higher.
You didn't roll a nat 20, did you?
I rolled a 21.
Yeah, but that wasn't a nat 20.
I thought critical only mattered on damage.
Natural 20 is automatic success.
Also, a natural 20 before their strength modifier. It was the big giant guy who was pulling the door.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we enter initiative as their produce flame is cast out at you. Give me 1 second to organize my initiative table.
Is this making sense?
Yeah.
61.
Yeah. This is a thumbnail.
Guys, this is hurting my little head. Oh, thanks. Oh, thanks, Merc. Thanks, Merc. Okay, can I have can you maybe talk this one out for me, guys?
What do you want me to?
I have to decipher. Okay.
Makes sense to me.
Is there anyone above a 20? No. Okay.
No.
And then 15 above is just Sam. Okay. Merc, you held up 2 numbers.
The 92.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sam's at a 16, so he'll go
Yes.
second.
Ow, that hurt my wrist.
101.
Max.
Oh, I just realized what Max is doing. He's goddamn koala thumbs.
Oh my god.
Ew. Are we going all out on these guys, by the way? Are we just killing everybody or what?
I don't want to kill everybody. I want to leave at least one person for information.
Oh, okay. Leave one. Okay, so we're killing everybody but one.
Or, like, damage everybody enough that they want to run away. They don't seem like super mean people. They seem very defensive.
All right.
You know?
Drake, are we going all out, bud?
I want to first, like, try and talk to him at least.
Can I have who was greater than a 10?
Me, 11.
11? I have you, Sam. Guffin, what is your dex modifier?
My dexterity is +1 for a 13 total.
My 9s? Who are my 9s?
I was a
Merc.
9.
Just Burke. And then Akla and Guffin. Or, yeah.
Mate.
I wrote Dreggy and said
I'm
Guffin.
11.
Yeah, I said... Okay.
6.
Okay. And then, so Merc... Why am I struggling so much with the math today? Okay. So half of...
Numbers are hard.
And then... Merc.
Where's
And
our
then
Nathan?
Akla. And then... Dreggy. Okay. First up is our big Papa Elf. And then, Sam, you're on deck. So,
Papa Keebler.
I'm on deck? Oh, shit.
first up, you're going to see the fires come out at you guys. I need... I think that's actually going to be a roll to hit. Let me check one thing quick. So, the elves, the half-elves, are casting out with their produce flame out at you guys. Their rings sort of light up with this like yellowish sort of flame, and they cast it out at you. Okay. This is going to attack, what's our order here? I figure, Dreggy, you're obviously going to take, 1.
point?
No, you're gonna take an attack. Akla, you're gonna take an attack because you had to give him guidance. Where is everyone else in this room so I can envision it a bit?
I'm next to Dreg.
You're next to Dreg, so
Right.
Guffin, you're gonna take an attack.
Towards the back.
All right, and Sam, where are you?
Right flank in front of Merc, but behind Dreggy.
Okay, and then Sam, you're gonna take my 4th attack. Starting with Dreggy, does a 15 hit?
No.
Akla does a 2 hit.
No.
Sam does a 4 hit.
No.
And Guffin does a 13 hit.
Yes.
Oh!
Little baby bard armor class.
Yeah. The flames are shooting around you guys as this door's been thrown open and Dreggy fills the space. Guffin, you are going to take the brace of 1 fire, blast as it comes at you, and you're going to take 5 points of damage as this fire comes against you. You see the big elf is going to call out, "Intruders! You'll never get past." And he's just kind of looking over for you all for a second, and then he's going to pull out... He's going to pull out his hand. And on his hand... Let me get my details right here.
Pull it out from what?
Just out of his
pants.
Yeah.
Out of his pants.
He was scratching himself.
It's warm in there.
It was on the door, so we had to pull it out.
He's gonna give us pink eye, guys.
His hand was cold.
On his hand, there is a golden ring. One golden ring. But on this golden ring, instead of just being like a band, there is a red gemstone set in the shape of a dragon's eye. And this ring is going to, as he pulls it out, and you see there's a sort of glow in the red ruby that's set into it, and as he does, a blade is going to grow out of it and enter his hand of fire.
How is it a dragon eye?
It's like just a it's like a dragon's head on the, how rings have the head of an animal. It has a dragon's head, and there is a red gem that is underneath the dragon's head that covers both eyes. There's a fiery blade that's going to appear in his hand, and in his other hand he has just a small dagger. And the fire blade is going to stab out at you guys, and he's going to stab at Dreggy, who's just in the center. Dreggy does a 10 hit.
No.
Yeah. He stabs out at you guys, but he just pulled this thing out, so it took him a second to get there. But he is unable to stab into you with the flame blade he just summoned into his hand. Sam, it is your turn. Guffin, you are on deck.
Okay.
Upon seeing the ring, freaks the fuck out and draws his bow, shoots at the big guy.
Shoots at the big guy. Heard.
Yeah.
Roll an attack to hit.
Yep. Does a 21 hit?
Yes, a 21 will hit.
Okay, thank fuck. Where the hell? Okay, there it is. Actually, 10 damage.
Ten damage.
Yes.
You see your arrow, and it lands right in the robes of this dude. Underneath, you hear a sort of metallic sound as it lands into his chest, and clearly has hit something underneath. It's not just robes that he has on. However, he grunts out with pain as he takes some damage from the arrow you shot through him. He is looking weaker as he...
As a bonus action, I would like to Hunter's Mark him.
Okay. You Hunter's Mark. Remind me the mechanics of Hunter's Mark. I like pseudo know it.
Hunter's Mark is just I'm not sure if I can cast it before
You can.
I shoot.
Yeah, you're
can?
supposed to.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
you should have
that's my
said
bad.
you're gonna cast Hunter's Mark before, like
Well,
on the arrow,
you
right?
You know what?
You can
I don't
still
know if it
cast
matters.
it for next turn.
Yeah. Because it just gives me a bonus to attack.
Mm-hmm.
An extra d6 damage to the target when you hit it with a weapon.
And know where they're at if they run.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna light him up with your Hunter's Mark as you're pissed off.
Absolutely.
For the following turns. Is that just a d6 for you, or is it a d6 for any creature that hits him?
Just a d6 for me.
Okay.
Mhm.
Wonderful. So Sam, that's your turn. Guffin, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to Draggy and go, "Are we doing the big boy special?"
All right.
All right. And I'm going to
Wait.
hold my action to cast Enlarge on him for after he does Giant Smite.
So you
So
call
I'm ready. Right when I see him grow, I'm gonna hit him with it.
with the enlarge.
Yep.
Cool. So you're just gonna hold that for your next turn.
Well, I'm holding my action
Yeah.
so that whenever his thing goes off, mine goes off right after.
Yeah, I got you. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn, or you're just holding that?
So I held my action.
Okay. Then after Guffin is holding his action, waiting for Dreggy's cue, the half-elves are going to attack again. This time, they're all going to produce... 3 of them are producing 2 of them. Let me just roll. There's 4 of you to attack, so I can't. Okay. 1 is going for Guffin. 1 is going for Sam. 1 is going for Guffin. And 1 is going for Akla. They're all avoiding Dreggy because the big guy went for Dreggy. 2 are going for you, Guffin. Does a 2 hit?
Yeah. No.
Does a 5 hit?
No.
Okay. Akla? Does a 10 hit?
No.
Jesus
Bro,
Christ.
these
What are
guys have a
these-
-8.
What
to
are they
attack.
fucking doing? I'm rolling like
-8
shit right
to
now.
attack, bro. That's
They have,
bad.
like-
Only one hit for spells.
What?
Why do they roll to hit for spells?
These
Because
are
it's
roll to hit spells.
yeah, it's just a ranged attack spell.
Yeah.
Sam does an 11 hit.
No.
Okay. These fire blasts are poo, 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 as these like puny little half elves are just sort of like firing out around you guys, but they're not really able to like land a shot. Literally fucking limp handed. Okay, Merc, you're up as these half elves have wasted their fucking turn. Akla, you're on deck.
Come on, Mark.
I'll go after the big boy.
All right.
I'm gonna use the like Crimson Right to add extra damage to my like little weapon,
Uh huh.
and then I'm gonna try to hit him with my great axe. 11.
It does not hit.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do on your turn?
I think that's it.
You strike out with your great axe, but you're unable to connect with this elf. You're like you're hitting over Dreggy's head because he's like still in, all these people are in front of you in the doorway, so it's difficult to like swing out, and you're unable to connect with the massive elf in front of Dreggy. Akla, you're up. Dreggy, you're on deck.
Okay. I'm gonna use Bless, and then I get to use that on 3 creatures, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna use that on Dreggy. Yeah. Everyone that's not Guffin. Not me. Yeah.
All right. So, Merc, Sam, and Dreggy, the 3 of you are blessed by Akla. In doing so, you're all going to have a D4 that you can add to an attack throw or a saving throw. Similar to Bardic Inspiration, you're inspired to use a D4 to, that you can use on the D20s for either attacks or saving throws, not skill checks. Got it?
I think
So you can-
is it every throw for a full minute?
Yeah, no, it's attack roll saving throws.
Yeah,
And ability-
you're right, before the spell ends. You'll have it not just once, you'll have it for 1 minute, so 10 turns in
But
combat.
not checks, right?
No, not checks, just attack throw rolls and
attack
saving
roll and
throws.
saving throw.
Slay. Does that count as damage or just like?
That's
Not-
to the
it's like
D20. An
roll.
extra D4 to the D20.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Anything else, Akla?
I'm gonna back up a little bit
Mhm.
if I'm not in anyone's range. Right?
Okay, so you'll back
Back up
up,
a little
putting Merc in front of you so that you're sort of building some space.
Yeah.
Got it.
I'm gonna tell Merc as I go by, these guys suck.
For real.
Then again,
Yeah, it's my
Mark
turn
also
then.
just whiffed hard, so maybe everyone's just
Right,
bad
all right,
today.
you gotta amp up the teammates.
Dreggy, you are up. My elf is on deck.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to use Giant Smite on myself.
As you do, Guffin releases his spell and powers you up to grow even larger. You see Dreggy, who was previously standing in front of the doorway, grows. Whoop, whoop, as his foot fills the space in front of the doorway. Dreggy now stands 15 foot tall, and his foot is literally covering the doorway in front of you. It's a squeeze to fit around that to keep fighting these guys. He pushes the people in front of him back. As Dreggy, are you bending over at all?
If I have to.
To fit in the space, you would have to. Otherwise, your back's going to hit the ceiling. Okay. Dreggy fills the space, hunched over, staring at these guys, morning stars in hand, overlooking them as he grows to triple his size. Not your morning stars?
One Morning Star and the Shatter Spike.
Sorry, my apologies. My apologies. As you're now standing over them, holding your weapons. That's your bonus action. What are we doing for your action?
Well, for both of my actions, because I am going to use Second Wind. Oh, wait, no, not Second Wind. Action Surge.
Action surge.
I will first attack with my Shatter Spike.
Okay.
And I have a question.
Yeah.
So, with Giant Smite, it says I have advantage on strength checks. Is a roll to hit a strength check? No? Okay.
No, that would be specifically a check for strength.
But do I still get to use the blessing?
You'll still have the bless on your attack rolls, correct?
Oh, wait. Okay. And can I add the guidance here as well?
You cannot. The guidance would be on a skill check, I believe.
Alright, 15.
15 to hit on who?
The big man.
The big man? A 15 misses.
Wah.
As you're growing, you're adjusting to your size, and you are not able to hit him with your Shatter Spike. You
Alright,
can
well,
still
that's a
attack with your
bless.
Morning Star if you like for your. Well, you don't. Is it a bonus action to use a two-handed
Yeah.
weapon? Okay, so you'll have to action surge for your third attack or your second attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna action surge, and am I not able to use my Shadow Spike again?
You would have for action surge. You can use your Shatter Spike again.
Yeah, with an action you
Okay.
can use anything, but
Alright,
bonus action's your other weapon.
I'll take my Shadow Spike. When I miss the first time, I'll try to swipe back and hit him again with it.
Okay.
A dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits. Roll damage.
Okay.
You'll add a D4 from your enlarge, and you'll add a D6 from your giant smite.
Uh, 17.
17 damage.
And then also, I invoke the fiery shackles, so they take an extra 2d6, and they must succeed on a strength or be restrained for a minute.
Okay. I'll roll a strength check. I think the 2d6 is just automatic, right?
Yeah, that's 6 I got.
God damn.
So in total, that's what? 20,
17 plus 6, 23.
23 damage.
And a saving.
Yeah, what's the DC on the saving throw?
11.
They break the,
Darn it!
yeah.
Darn it!
However, you come slashing down with your shatter spike against this guy, and as you do, you see he takes an immense amount of damage. He has a massive gash on his shoulder as you slash into him with the shatter spike. The shatter spike, as it crosses down against his shoulder, you see it smashes down into the ground in front of him as well and breaks the floorboards in front of him. What?
It does a crit on the floor, actually.
Well, it does. So that's what breaks the floorboards as you're cutting through it like butter. He has a massive gash and is actively beating, and then catches fire a bit too. However, he is it seems the fire seems to just lick up his robes without necessarily burning too much. Obviously, it's burning a little because it's still fire, but maybe not as much as you would expect against the big guy. He takes a massive hit and is looking worse for wear as he starts to falter a bit under the strain from that attack. Let me just make sure this isn't... It is concentration. Give me a second. Okay. His flame blade stays in his hand after this attack yet.
All right. Well, I'm just going to be like, yeah, and that's it. I'm not going to move or nothing.
Okay. All right. Everyone else is going to have to squeeze around Dreggy if you want to continue to make attacks, because Dreggy is in the way.
I forgot.
It is the big elf's turn. He's going to strike back at Dreggy. Dreggy, do you have any changes to your AC after your Giant Smite and your Enlarge Reduce?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Then you are going to be attacked with first the dagger by the big elf. Does a 5 hit.
No.
He is going to miss with his dagger as he's like, it sort of almost like dinks against your like ankle. It's like a fucking ankle biter. It's not much. And he's going to also stab out with you with his flame blade. Does a 14 hit.
No.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'm extremely large though.
So the elf stabs out with you the flame blade, and the flame blade just kind of breaks around your ankle as well. He is literally just like punching a massive doll. It's like imagining like a little kid trying to beat up your leg. It's like useless. It's like nothing. It's like fucking
Greggy's holding him by the forehead.
Yeah, that's literally all it is.
These guys are easy. Come on, these guys are easy.
Sam, it's your turn.
How much space do we have to work with?
You are unable to see them right now. You would have to... Well, you can see, like, the outline of the guy through his foot, through your hunter's mark. But I'm thinking Spectral Arrow from Minecraft for that. But you'll have to step around Dreggy to be able to attack them.
Would I be able to, like, leap through Dreggy's legs at the big guy?
If you're going... You want to, like, get in on him?
I want to try and rip off his robes and see what he's hiding. I want to pants him, yeah. I want to pants his ass.
It'll take your full movement. It's also going to take at least your bonus action to, like, maneuver around him.
Done.
And then I'll let you use your action to try to, like, lunge at him and derobe him.
Can I do this? I know it takes an action to switch weapons, but can I, like, drop the bow and pull a dagger instead?
It would, so, yes and no. You can drop the bow, but pulling the dagger is a bonus action, I believe, then. So, I think, like, because you have to maneuver around Dreggy, I don't think you have time for all those switches in one turn.
That's okay. I'm not gonna drop the bow then.
Okay.
I'm just gonna like jump at
You're
him.
just jumping at him, right? So you
jump
step
at him with
around
him.
Dreggy. You're like, as you're like squeezing around him, and then you're jumping onto this the giant elf in front of him. You're like skipping past the little half elves and straight, eyes bloody furied as you're jumping onto the dude in front of you. The big elf is going to contest you to stop you from doing this. Can you roll a... Are you attempting to, like, power them off? Like, just rip them off?
I don't know. What are the other options? Can I just like...
Just describe to me another way that you want to do it, if you have anything else.
Sort of like... Can I keep my momentum and just like toss them over his face and like blind him a little bit? That's actually what I want to do.
Okay.
I want to pull them up over his face and like over his head and see if I can fuck him up a little
bit.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I think it's still just going to be a strength check then, as you're trying to, like, because you have to overpower his arms to get it over.
Okay.
So roll a contested strength check with me. It's your strength modifier against mine.
And
then plus a die.
I don't get blessed for this?
No, because it's a skill check.
Fuck. Okay.
Frick.
I got a 7. That's going to be a hot 7.
Okay, we got an 18 over here, so I think
I
they...
was fucked.
For some reason, he can't hit, but he can stop a strength check. That's something he can do.
Hey, it's different when a guy's coming straight at you.
Right, I mean, hey, it's fight or flight, It's like you see the dude literally just like, as you're trying to grab his ropes, he just like punches you back a little bit, and you're sort of like just shocked backwards by the momentum.
Owie.
And he just like redirects your momentum backwards in front of him and up against Dreggy's foot. You're now standing between them. Guffin, you're up. You're still standing in the other smaller room. Dreggy's foot is in front of you. You've seen Sam dodge out from the room in a small, like, little squeeze away, and is out in the other room now, out of sight.
Okay, how many elves are left? So there's the big guy, and then what?
4, the last time you saw.
Okay. Is the big guy looking weak?
The last time you saw him, he had taken an arrow, and then you might have heard some yelling from Dreggy, but you haven't seen him since.
Why can't I see him again? His foot's in the way?
Yeah, Dreggy's, like, body's in the way. It's not a big door, It's... As you're taking a little peek, he has a massive gash now across his front. And the floorboards in front of him are broken. The big elf.
Mock his ass, dude.
I'm instantly going to cast Dissonant Whispers on his ass.
Hell yeah.
So he hears a cacophony of shrieks.
Is that a wisdom saving throw?
It's a wisdom saving throw.
What's my DC?
13.
Thanks to his -1 modifier, he is at a 12. Yeah. How much? Roll your damage up.
Well,
and describe to me what's happening.
It's 3d6. Let me roll that. 3d6 points of damage. 8 points of damage. I rolled low.
Okay.
But he instantaneously has to move on a failed save. They must instantaneously use the reaction to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
And you're peeking around the foot of Dreggy?
Just away from me, whatever its speed is. Just away, whatever its speed is, it's got to go that distance away from me.
Okay. You see the giant elf winces in pain, stares at you for a second. Is this like an image that he sees, or is it an auditory hallucination?
It's auditory.
Okay. You see he winces, shakes around his head for a second, and dash off away from you. As he does so, he is going to run to the back of the church and is up against the wall as far away from you as possible.
I believe that also triggers an attack of opportunity for anyone within melee range.
That would be Dreggy, and it would be for Sam. Yes.
What about Mercator? Where's Mercator at?
He hasn't come out from behind. Him. Yeah, well, you haven't come out from behind Dreggy since he grew yet.
Unarmed
Nice.
strike or dagger or sickle or what's the
What are
vibe?
you holding in your hand? You have to use what you're holding in your hand.
Bow.
Whack.
Yeah, you're whacking him then with a unarmed attack.
Okay.
I thought you dropped it.
Even still, it
No.
would just be a little fist. So.
It's just 2 damage then.
2 damage? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take my. What?
Did you roll to
You
hit
have
for
to
that,
roll to
Sam?
hit, I will say.
Yeah, Sam, did
Do
you roll to
have
hit?
to roll to hit?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You can use bless on
Gonna
the
be
roll
a
to hit.
solid 12.
Is that with your bless?
No. A solid 13.
All right, you're not gonna hit. Dreggy?
Oh, could I have inspired him too? That's a bonus action.
Oh,
Drag.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I did it the wrong order. Okay, so Max, you have a D6.
Plus the blessing?
Yeah, only, but you can choose to add the D6 if you want to.
Yeah,
'cause
the
you only have-
D6 is an optional to your D20 within the next 10 minutes. It's not dire. The D4 you just automatically get. But the D6 is just
19.
once. A 19 hits. Roll damage.
I used everything.
Okay.
Roll damage. Okay. That'll be.
It's going to be a D6, a D4, and then whatever your Shatter Spike is.
Why a d6?
Giant Smite.
It's only on one of my attacks. On each of my turn. Wait, does this count as a turn?
It's a react.
it counts as a different section.
So
It's a new round.
Yeah, I think it counts because it just happens for every
Okay.
attack, right? This is one of your attacks.
on his
Oh,
turn.
it's one of your attacks.
Yeah.
On their turn. Yeah, one per turn.
So I don't know if you would get the D6 because it's one on each of your turns. It's not your turn.
Okay.
I think that's
Oh, I
how.
should get
Yeah,
rid of it?
I think it
Alright.
would just be the D4, not the extra D6.
That is a 12.
How do you want to do this?
Well, my Shatter Spike is like stuck in the ground,
Uh huh.
so I want to change the grip on it. So I was previously holding it like this. I want to change it so I'm holding it like this, and then I want to lift it out of the ground as I slash up through his head, like through his face.
Holy shit!
I'm not saying I want it to be like extremely fatal, but like I want to hit his face.
Okay. As you do,
Well, you have to choose whether he dies or not, I feel
Oh,
like.
I do?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't want him to die.
Oh, okay.
Lethal damage.
I would like to hit his face.
Okay. As you are stabbing into it, like you pull your sword out of the ground, and with the butt end of the Shatter Spike, you slam it into his chin, and he just falls over and just knocked unconscious on the ground. As you do so, the half-elves are going to watch this happen. They're going to look down, they're going to look at you, and they're going to turn to run away as well. Guffin, Dreggy, and Sam, all three of you are going to have attacks of opportunity as as the 4 half-elves are going to flee to try to get out of the church.
I'm gonna lift them up, and they're gonna be running in my head.
That's going to be your attack of opportunity?
No.
You all can roll 4 of attacks of opportunity if you'd like.
4 attacks?
For
each?
one for each person.
Well, one was a crit fail.
One was a
I
crit
hit
fail.
my first guy. I
You hit
think,
your
with-
first.
Yeah.
Wait, we each roll 4?
You're each rolling 4.
Oh my.
Because they were really
Wow.
bunched up all in front of you.
Do I add my my hit bonus on reactions? Like, does it matter when that happens?
Yeah. You add your bless still.
Uh-huh.
No, not the bless. Like next
You're-
to my weapon, +7. I add that.
Yeah.
Always.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's always added.
Dude, my Shatter Spike is +7. That's so much. How do I ever lose?
You don't.
Goated.
Don't ask that question.
Yeah, just, I mean, if you're concerned about the difficulty, I'll throw a fucking dragon at you. I'm not afraid, you know.
This is great.
Now, we'd
Yeah.
murk a dragon.
Oh, you'd
Right?
mark an ancient dragon, an ancient golden dragon, you'd kill that?
Okay.
Oh.
I have my rolls.
Okay,
Me
go in order from first to fourth.
First was an at one.
Okay,
We
miss.
don't talk about that. Second was a 13.
13 hits.
That's 2 damage because this is with bow.
Right.
Second was a 19.
Hits. Roll damage.
2 damage. And the second was a nat 20 with a 4 on the blessed die. I just think that was really fun.
A double crit. All right, so that'll be 4
Yeah.
damage on that last one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Guffin.
I got a 17, 17, 4, and an 8.
And what are your attacks with?
A rapier.
Rapier. Anything above a 13 hits. So
Okay, so the first 2 hit, and
Okay.
that's 8 and 9 for damage.
8 and 9 on those 2. Is that all of them?
That's it.
Okay. Guffin.
Yeah.
Or Dreggy.
Well, I'm Guffin.
Yeah, Dreggy. Dreggy. What are your wants?
18, 26, 22, 24.
Dude,
Shit, man. Roll your
Dude,
damage. I don't
I
know.
rolled a 10 and then like all under 20. Okay. Anyway. Seven,
How do you want to do it?
9,
Or how do you want to do it?
8,
Okay.
and 15.
How do you want to do it? You kill 3 of them.
one survives?
One survives.
Which one?
The third one.
How?
You didn't do enough damage. He didn't die.
But I did more damage on him than another guy.
You did 8 damage on him. Well, it was because it was the combination of everyone else's attacks.
Okay.
Is the big
I
elf at
whiffed
like
on the
0
first one.
HP?
How did we?
The big elf is unconscious. Yeah.
Can I use fallen puppet to have him attack the last guy standing?
Oh my god.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Does that require him to be dead or just unconscious?
0 HP. That's all it says.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
yeah, you can do it.
Damn.
Oh my
So-
god.
Uh,
Is that instant, like, what is that?
it's
Instant
So, like,
murkage.
the
Okay.
creature
Murkage.
is within range, and then the creature makes one weapon attack against a target of your choice within its range.
Okay, yeah, it's in your range. You see the big elf stand up, eyes closed, like fucking puppet, grab his one dagger and stab at the last guy running away. It's a nat 1. He does miss.
Can I roll for it? What the hell?
No, I mean he has to roll for it. It's still his attack.
Yeah,
You're
he
just
rolls.
telling him what to do for
Controlling
it.
him. I'm controlling him.
I kill all mine except one.
Yep. And the last one, the puppet rises to attack it, but is unable to make its last attack.
They can't even hit when we're helping them.
I guess, well, would the elf also get an attack of opportunity as you're doing that too? Would it get 2
No.
attacks? Nah, probably not. Probably not.
Probably would.
The last half elf is able to run over to the church door, and it rips open the church door, and as it does, the crowd fills the room and stamps the half elf to death.
Bruh!
You see him crushed down by the people as they enter into the church, and he's crushed beneath the people running in to the church.
Dreggy, pick up the big guy. Okay, so he doesn't
Grab
get
big guy.
killed.
Grab big
Yeah.
guy.
So like puppet mode.
The
They like can jump.
yeah, the people are running over to like loot and like desecrate the bodies of the fallen, and to bring them outside. But you're able to pick up your fallen soldier before they take him away. They grab the other bodies and are quickly like crowd surfing them back outside.
Can I also pick up the one like smaller elf that I left alive?
No, he was stampled by the
Ooh.
crowd.
All right. Well, I got a corpse. Just
Let's go outside. Go outside, quick.
All right. as you guys are, so the crowd begins to bring the bodies outside, and as you do, you join them. You see your cart is still tied up outside, but as you walk outside, you see the fires are beginning to be lit as these bodies are being thrown into the fires. The crowd is also beginning to run inside and searching. You can hear like people searching for, where's our gold? Find it, quick, grab the gold. And they're beginning to loot the bodies for any goods. And loot the church as well.
We didn't even know if these guys were that bad.
We didn't even get a name for
They're
them.
bad.
You don't know anything.
They're bad.
You just killed him.
That happens sometimes, you know.
I mean, I kill a lot of people. Like, it's kind of my job.
My entire thing is to make sure that Dreggy can get hits in. That's literally my whole job.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe Dreggy doesn't want to kill as many people.
Well, it's changed.
I don't know.
Well, we didn't really kill most of them. They got trampled.
I killed, like, a lot of them.
Nah.
You gravely injured a few of them, but like, is that really killing? You think about it.
I mean, kinda. As you're running outside, Dreggy begins to shrink back down and is now carrying this massive elf that's way bigger than him. Dreggy, if you want to continue to carry him, you're gonna have to roll a strength check.
Still, like,
to do so.
amazingly strong?
Yeah, the elf is crazy.
No,
But
Can
Max.
I?
Oh, Dreggy's character is still built,
I'm ripped.
but
Alright,
he's
I'm gonna
tiny.
try- I'm gonna
He's like
keep-
short.
I'm going to keep trying to carry him.
Okay.
Can I help him carry?
That's a 19.
Yeah, you can help. Roll with advantage.
19.
Is that after advantage, Max? You'll get advantage
Alright.
from Sam helping you out.
I'm reaching. I'm helping.
Oh. That is not after advantage.
With 2 fingers helping lift.
Yes, exactly.
21.
You're able to continue to carry this massive elf, and you're like keeping him away from the crowd as well. That was the bigger issue. Is
I'm
the crowd is still
spreading
trying to. Are you running back to your cart? What's our plan here now that we've cleared this church?
Yeah, let's get to a cart.
Let's
Get
heal
to the
him up.
cart.
Let's
Okay.
get him at least a little conscious.
Tie him up, and I'll bring him back.
Okay.
Take his ring off.
I want the ring. I take his ring off as soon as we're done.
Okay. You grab the ring. You now
Here,
have
hold on.
a ring.
Can I check it out?
Yeah, you want to look at it?
I'll give it back.
It turns you invisible.
I just want to see if I can figure out what it is.
What are you looking for?
Look at it really hard. Activate that intelligence band.
Yeah. I'm like looking at the magic.
So Arcana checking it?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
He's got a magnifying glass.
Max handed me the comical magnifying glass he carries around.
The one that lights fires and shit.
I've got
Okay.
it.
19.
Eureka!
Looking at the ring, you can tell on the inside of the gem that's in there. The little jewel that's in there has a little fire that seems to be swirling on the inside. It is a yellow fire within the red eyes of the golden dragon.
We should break it open.
We should not do that.
I
No.
don't think the fire wants to be in there.
Give it
No.
to me.
Raise
Give
an
it to me.
interesting point.
Here you are.
Thank you.
Wait. With that roll, can I tell if it's like cursed? Can I smell any bad juju?
I don't know if you would know an alignment based on an Arcana check. I feel like that would be a detect good or evil spell, right?
Identify, but
Okay.
I hand it back to Sam.
I take it. I don't put it on. I just take it.
Put it on.
Okay.
All right.
Please.
Can I treat the guy that we took so that he doesn't like bleed out to death?
Yeah. Sam,
Yes.
can you move to private whispers for me?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
up?
what's going on? Okay, real quick. So, obviously, these people, you know.
With the
However,
babes, though?
this is not the ring. Looking at it a little
is not.
closer, this is close, but it is not exactly the ring that you know, right?
Okay.
The ring that you know was a true gold. This is a brass. It just looks golden
Okay.
with a closer inspection.
Gotcha.
For our viewers, Sam is familiar with the ring and the people that we have been fighting. How are you feeling right now? Did I do that
How am I
justice?
feeling?
Yeah, I mean,
Or how is Sam feeling?
how is Sam feeling? Yeah. Quick interview.
Sam is internally freaking out, definitely. Sort of like on the edge of a panic attack. This is the closest that he's come to finding out where they went after he sort of had to disappear from Kane a little bit.
Can you roll a history check for me?
Yes. 17.
You remember that you left papers on the desk of the inside of the church.
Which church?
The church you were just in. You left papers on the inside of the desk of that church that could have had more information. Obviously, this ring is not
Dang.
the one that did what, did all that to you. But
Okay.
there is more information on the inside.
Got it.
Cool? All right, back over.
That gargantuan is 15.
We're back.
Okay.
What?
No more.
Plans in motion. Plans in motion.
What happened?
What?
We see Sam
Argyle.
going.
Sam's
Yeah, honestly.
Sam goes to Mordor.
Sam looks a little shaken,
Green.
but huh?
They're loading.
Did you see us?
Sam, huh?
Kevin, you okay?
Hello?
Bro, he's confused as hell, man.
Kevin?
Unmuted or what?
Oh, he's about to be busted, bro.
What's going on?
I get everything's fine. I think he's just busted.
I think okay, yeah. All right. Kevin? It's fine. That's a
Yeah.
Kevin issue. He'll figure it out.
Gabby? Gabby boy? Aqua? Alright, Sam says, I need to take a walk.
Give me the ring.
No. I need to hold on to it.
Dreggy,
Yeah?
we might have to take this ring away.
I'm not really a
Yeah.
big jewelry kind of guy.
No, it's not for you. It's just for the safety of Samuel, because I've read of this before.
Of what? Rings? Me too.
A while ago, I read a book about a cursed artifact. And whenever someone touches a cursed artifact or even attempts to commune with it or holds it for a long period of time, it will latch itself onto their soul. And we have to remove it forcefully before it ingrains too deep. So, Sam, if you are unwilling to give me the ring,
I've also read that book. This is not that situation.
Oh,
Sam's
no.
well read.
I don't know who to believe.
Sam
How
has
about
read
this?
2 books in his life. It's that
about this,
one,
Sam?
and there's one other one, the prequel.
Sam, if you give me the ring, I'll give it right back to you. As a test.
Okay. I place it in his open palm. And I say, hold on to that carefully.
I hold on to it.
Okay. Sam walks back towards the church.
Okay.
Does anything
the
happen?
door we came out of.
Sam walks back towards the church.
Wait a second.
Oi, Sam, where you going?
No, I think I understand. I understand completely.
That
This is a
intelligence band is really working.
This is a ring of the Church of the Golden Fire. In one of the first days we met Sam, he spoke about our situation, and he said that that he had an encounter. He never went further, but he said that it might have something to do with his condition at this point. They cut out his tongue, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna like put the ring in a secret pouch somewhere.
Okay.
Like
Way
not
to
just
go.
in my stuff.
Right. You're like hiding it so it can't be like found easily.
Yeah.
If they
Is
cut out his tongue, how could he talk?
What?
Akla talks for him? He explained that.
Oh, he's
I
still
don't talk
confused about
for
that. He's
Well,
still confused
well,
about that whole how that all works.
But if the dragon's inside his stomach,
No,
he can't talk.
just I'll give you
Okay.
this one of these days, and
All right.
I just want to
all right.
see what happens. I might just.
It just becomes like normal intelligence.
It's actually like flowers for Algernon.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh my god, I might do that tonight. We'll try it. Anyways, I'm actually going to. Dr. Akla was like tending to him. I'm gonna tie him up. And then I want to just cast a quick healing word on him,
Okay.
just to give him 4 HP.
Okay. You see he begins to come back around, and he's sort
I
of
have a quick
waking up
question
with the
before this happens.
bonds upon him. Yeah.
Since I'm not present right now, is it chill if I go pee real quick?
Yeah, you're
or-
fine. You're walking to the church.
All right, word.
Oh,
Ew, P. Ew.
Oh, she turned
Um,
off her cam? What the hell?
Damn. But yeah, I want to start talking to this guy.
Okay. And he's sort of looking around and looking at the bonds, and he like jolts awake as he remembers what just happened to him. And he's like sees that you're around him.
Listen, we're your only chance of survival. Everyone out there wants to kill you. All right.
He sort of like huddles down against like the wood of the cart. What are you gonna do to me?
Wait, I have a question as well. Is this guy just like huge? Like,
He's just really muscular. He's like just
oh,
big.
okay. He's just built good. He's
Yeah.
not like Dreggy whenever he's big. He's
No,
just, like,
no. He's not that big. He's like maybe a 6-foot elf or like 6'4" elf.
Okay, he's
who
like
just is-
Larry the Lobster.
Yeah, he just has mad muscle.
Okay. So I first said, yeah, they want to kill you. We just want some information.
What do you want to know?
First off, who you with?
What?
Who you with?
I'm with the church. The Church of
Which
the Golden
one?
Fire.
Right. How long have you been with this church?
Not for long. They just put me in charge of this church. They said this would be my movement up to a higher officership. I didn't know things would go this poorly though. I haven't been trained to deal with a riot. I don't know what's going on.
what's your workout routine?
We can ask you about that in a minute, Dreggy, please. One second, bud.
All right.
What was your eventual plan here?
What? We were just supposed to provide work and charity work. We were looking to buy resources from this place, and
Yeah, but why was everybody upset with you that you weren't doing that?
well, I mean, my bosses sort of gave me conflicting orders. I mean, I had to buy resources, but also not pay the people and collect as much gold as possible. How do you suppose I do both?
You don't.
You don't. That
Well-
seems pretty bad, don't you think?
Well, I do what I'm told. I follow the church. You only get
Are
so
you
much
priest?
free will.
Well, no, you get infinite free will, but if you follow orders, then it's your fault.
Well, it's not just orders. It's divine power. I mean, it's
Divine
more
power.
than that.
What's your god?
Our
Who's your
God.
God?
Well,
Yeah.
You don't know our God.
No, I don't. That's why I asked. To you.
Neither does Mike.
Torture him. Let me get his nails off.
Yahweh.
It's page 1, bro.
Oh, our God. Allah.
Oh, God, our God? Gekume.
Kukumi.
Oh, our God? Deku.
I had it. Where was it?
It's somewhere in here.
This guy sounds like a wimp.
Yeah, dude. For a big dude, he's a. I don't have free will, man. Dude, shut your.
He's fucking 6'4", built like a damn fucking triangle.
Toughest priest I've ever seen in my life.
Okay. Apparently I didn't write it down. The hell? Why didn't I? That was stupid. I even had it. Okay.
Oh, come up with it on the spot and then fill in the gaps later.
This is well, we worship the dragon Perks. He was a great dragon of the land.
The what? Mission of Dragon Perch?
We follow the dragon Perks.
Perks. Is that his name, or are you talking like you get benefits?
Or
Oh.
like you get perks.
Sorry, Garrix.
Garrett. He's gonna mix the two up.
Garrix. A dragon? Garrix.
Yeah, a dragon, Garrix.
And that's your god. A dragon is your god.
He gave us the divine power of the fire and provides us with the. Have you never heard of Garrix, the cleanser of worlds? He's supposed to, bring goodwill to this land. Our fire lord.
Goodwill. Goodwill.
Well,
Your orders was to take and not give.
good ordering, prevent
Oh, good
chaos.
Good order and good chaos.
Prevent chaos.
Oh, prevent chaos. I guess that's all right. So here's my question for you. How much gold have you received from the church in the past, couple days?
From me personally, 0.
I mean, no, from the town to the church. Like, how much have you gotten?
Well, I mean,
Revenue.
it's not revenue per se. We've taken for, to repurpose for our goods, probably around 400, 500 gold from the people.
Where-
But
Where is it now?
well, it's in the coffers. I mean, we keep them
The coffers.
hidden in the church.
Would you show me where they're at?
I mean, how can I? I'm bound. Where are my friends?
Did we stitch this guy up, or is he like bleeding out as we?
No,
speak?
we stitched him.
No.
Okay.
Just like enough to keep
I
them
know
together.
what minor concussion.
Thank goodness.
Listen, friend. This church is not for you any longer.
What would I do? They'll kill me if I leave.
The church will.
They'll hunt me down and kill me. I'm a priest. I can't leave.
Think about that. Think about that. Is it a good thing if when you leave, they hunt you down and kill you?
Can you roll a persuasion check for me?
Persuasion. 21.
He actually ponders he has a ponder. A
Yeah.
faraway look in his eyes.
Middle distance.
Are you saying it wasn't a church at all?
Well, I don't know about that, but it's surely a cult or some sort of scam. They're not good if it is a church.
Not a good church.
But we were supposed to start the new world order. We were supposed to bring.
Did you hear that phrase?
Yeah.
Your
Right.
God is called a cleanser of worlds. Does that sound like a positive thing?
I thought we were
Right.
bringing peace and stability to the land. Be rid of those who chose to put down others and.
Wait, hold on. We'll pause right there. Save your thought. Save your thought. Sorry. We're getting rid of people who oppose others. Think about that.
Yeah.
Interesting. So getting rid of people who get rid of people, isn't that you?
Well, no, because there has to be someone to get rid of the bad people.
Yeah, us. And we just got rid of you, mate.
Well, I mean,
There's no excuse. I apologize, but
it doesn't
you've
seem
been
so black and
indoctrinated.
white.
Right. Well, I will say this. If we give you to the people, they'll kill you out in the spot. But if you go willingly and help us return their gold, they may jail you for a time and then release you.
I'll be killed by the church, so if I do that, though.
Okay, so either die now or perchance survive and then be able to fight the people who come after you.
Do you still have the ring in your pocket?
I do.
You see there, as you say the words that you're either killed by the church or you're killed by the people now, there is a glow in your pocket. And as he, you're grabbing it, as you pull it out, and as he makes eye contact with it, you see his eyes begin to glass over. And as he does, as he's he looks for a second as if he'll respond, like he might help you, he begins to catch a light, and his robes burn him from the inside out. This fire consumes his entire body, and left behind are just the robes, untouched, as he turns to ash.
A shame. To the coffers. To the coffers. Water off my bag.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to see if are my ropes still there.
Your ropes were on the outside, so they're fine. He burned from the inside out.
We still have his robes, though.
Yeah, the robes are on the ground.
Okay, I pick them up and look. Is there stuff on the inside, like runes or anything?
There's not many, but you will see there's sort of lacy golden trim throughout, and those threads have they're sort of like a GIF. They're moving and shimmering. They're not static. I
want to pull the ring out and go, killed by the church.
You see, there's a heat up from the inside as
All right, so with this ring, I can kill any. Just.
It's not a full fire erupts, but it's not so much as the words come out of your mouth, but as you're thinking through, and as you're processing how corrupt it is, and you're holding the robes and the ring, there's heat coming off of it that's building.
Right, so it basically assesses the mood, and if it's it sees somebody that's kidnapped, they just say you're done. All right, I'm gonna put the ring back in my secret pocket, and then I'm gonna fold up the robe so that none of the insides are out.
Okay, right. It's fully enclosed.
And then I'm gonna shove that somewhere in the cart where our stuff is, under something.
Yeah, just keep it hidden.
Yeah, for later use. We can definitely easily drape that over somebody and just give the command, and they're done.
I have a bag of holding we can put it in.
Yeah. Here. Yeah.
You just straight bag of holding?
Well, it's a bag that I make into a bag of holding.
Did you make it into a bag of holding already?
Yeah, I do it once a day.
Okay.
Yeah, that's your infusion or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, shall we distribute this wealth back to the people, or?
Where'd Sam go?
Sam, you are currently on the inside, and you have pushed through the crowd by this point as all this was going on, and you have entered into the church as a whole. Standing in the church, you will notice a number of things for the first time. The people have started to throw through boxes and pews through the front windows, but the side windows show a depiction. They show Garrix, the Fire Lord, and they show him sort of in the diorama. They show him coming to power, people coming to worship him, and as more people grow and the lands curl, he starts to curl around the world as he grows in size. And as he curls around the world as a whole, the world begins to light ablaze, and at the last depiction at the center of the back is Garrix. It's this image of Garrix curled around the earth with his breathing fire up the flames of the earth on fire, and just people in the same robes standing atop the robe crossed arms holding hands with each other, as if only people with those robes are left on earth.
I snap a picture with my cell phone.
Okay, yeah. What? Okay.
I want to. I want to just like take a mental note of that to let everybody else know, and then I want to take a gander. You had mentioned some papers on a desk.
You'll remember the desk from the side room that you were in originally. The church is very simple because it was built so recently. It is just the center like pew and like stage set, and then to the right there's a small like priest's office, and in there is a desk with some papers upon it. At this point, the people
Can
have
I
rummaged
grab-
through it. The papers have been like thrown around the room and are being stepped on. Very few remain, but there are some that still look relatively intact that you could gather.
I want to gather them,
Okay?
and then after that, like take a gander around the church. You said it was small, and see if there's anything else I can find.
There are drawers that have not been opened in the desk. The desk seems pretty well attached to the ground, too, so it hasn't been moved. But the rest of the church has been pretty well. The pulpit has been pushed over. The pews have been all pushed around. The back two pews have been thrown through the back two windows. The most ornate parts are the stained glass windows, but most of the rest of the church has been damaged already.
Are there any books?
Not really. It didn't seem it.
Okay.
They don't have scripture.
There wasn't one evident.
No more books, no more papers, no nothing.
No, you grabbed the few papers. There were maybe the drawers in the desk that were locked.
I would like to try and pick the locks.
Okay.
Or somehow break into them.
Roll a dexterity check to try to pick it. Add your proficiency bonus because you're
Straight
proficient
dex?
in thieves.
Ooh. 14.
Ooh. You are unsuccessful in picking this lock, and you feel your lock pick might be about to break because your hands are not dexterous enough to pick this lock.
Can I break it open?
Yeah, you can try to break it open. How are you breaking it
Yeah.
open? Are you just pulling it on it, or are you trying to like hack into it?
First I want to try and like rattle it, just like pull on it.
Sure. Roll a strength check as you're trying to rattle it open with your hands.
That is a natural 1.
That is less effective. You're just shaking the desk.
Okay, and then I want to try and like stab into it with my knife.
Are you like prying it open with your knife, or are you just trying to stab it open to like break open the wood?
Break open the wood.
Roll an attack.
Oh shit. To see if I hit it or like I just whiff
Just like
or roll the damage.
you're rolling an attack to see how well you can target a good spot.
I see. Is it 25 any good?
Okay, you're gonna hit a really nice spot, like pretty well, like into a corner that looks like it might have already been damaged. Roll it a damage to see if you're able to break it open.
5.
You are splintering off, and there is now a small hole that you can see onto the inside from where your dagger is put through, but you're not fully able to grab it open. You might be able to squeeze a hand through your now opened hole.
I was gonna say, I want to just like reach in, see if I can either grab something that's within or pull off more.
As you stick your hand in, you feel there is a leather bag on the inside of that jingles as if it's filled with coins. However, grabbing it and trying to pull your hand out is like the monkey's fist, and you're not able to pull it out while holding that bag.
That's not monkey's fist, but
Like
Pickle jar.
oh wow, it's a monkey's hand in the cookie jar. I thought.
can I try and stab it again? I want this thing, dude.
Yeah, roll an attack.
Yep.
Roll infinite attacks over the next 10 minutes.
11.
Okay.
11.
As you're stabbing into it, you are going to be able to widen the hole enough to be able to pull your hand out with the bag on the inside and get the bag of gold out. As you do, you're looking at it. You see it is more than likely the gold that they've taken from the... Actually, you don't know how much it is. So it looks to be like 300, 400 gold in that bag.
Okay. Is there anything else in the drawer?
Nope, that seems to be it.
All right, I peace out back to the cart.
Okay. You grab the gold and you run back to join the party with your papers and your gold now.
Yes.
As you reach the party, you will notice that in the cart, the big elf is no more. And the rest of the group has just been waiting for your return as the crowd has started a fire in front of the church and are currently burning some more of the pews.
Where did our man go?
Oh, I was just coming to look for you. Unfortunately, we talked with him, showed him the evil of his ways, and then the church perished him in flames from within.
Guffin killed him.
Kind of like evaporated, you know?
I didn't kill him, but technically I maybe did.
He
So
said
you-
magic words.
Do you still have the ring at least?
I do, yes. And his robes. We're keeping them separate.
And his robes? What's with his robes?
So the robes, whenever I held up the ring and spoke of his misdeeds or the church's misdeeds, the robes lit up and killed him from the inside.
Oh.
So that might be for future use. We could throw it over an enemy and just start speaking nonsense, and he may
You
perish.
never have to make a fire again.
Exactly. Just
That
throw
was
the
Give
robes
Sam
over.
the ring. Think about how much you hate the church. Boom.
Exactly.
I have a lot of hatred for the church.
We got so
I do
much
now.
firewood done.
I have hatred of the church now that you have hatred of the church. What did
I
you
give
gather?
Guffin a high five.
What did you gather?
I just gathered my thoughts. Oh, I did find the civilian's gold. I jingle the pouch.
All right. Let's distribute most of it back.
Are you calling them over to receive their gold?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
Okay.
How much is there? Can I count?
No.
You're like just, it's like over
Hey.
400, but
We'll spend the time counting it, man.
okay. All right. Your exact number is 432.
Okay. We keep the 32 and give back the 400.
Sam, you can have the 32.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so I think each of us take 100. Well, 400 divided by.
80.
Hold on. What do you mean you're taking the 4?
No, I'm saying we take it and then we go out into the street and we just throw it.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
So it's spread out, so they don't run to one person who's like handing out 1 gold each.
You could do like a bouquet
Unless
at a
wait,
wedding.
each of you want to take 100, and then we'll have one person like calling everyone over to like just be aware that it's happening. Because there might be a guy like. Go ahead.
I want somebody with a loud voice to yell in there because there's chaos happening in the church and just be like, "We found your money.
Yeah, I'm not the
Come and
loud
get it."
part, unfortunately. Who's
Greggy.
loud?
I'm pretty loud.
Greggy.
Reggie.
He's probably loud.
Mark,
He's
don't
a
you have
barrel-chested
performance
little-
stuff? Mark, isn't that your thing?
Well, yeah, I'm just not loud. I feel like I'm just very smooth talking, just not loud.
But Mark.
I think Dreggy's more of a barrel-chested.
Merc. Is Merc
Oh.
loud?
Mine's -2. I don't know
The
what
hell?
he means.
Mark, I thought you did stuff in a tavern the other day.
I just got a lucky roll. That
Oh,
wasn't-
okay.
Yeah.
Merc, your loudness is -2. You got a -2 to loudness.
It's,
I got a 0 loudness, but Dreggy's got a +8 when he's freaking. You pat him on the back, dude, it echoes.
The hell?
You pat him on the head, it echoes. So I guess he's just holla.
He makes it when you pat him on the head. It makes it sound like a djembe.
I don't even know what that is, but.
Like a
It's
drum.
an African drum.
Oh.
It goes. Boom. Yeah.
Ugh. All right. Well, I say let's just distribute it. Just call everyone into the town square. Dreggy can kind of make the, and then we just kind of.
Oh wait. I have a sham.
What is that?
A sham?
Is that a horn?
Oh, that is a horn type thing.
How do I
A
spell
loud
that?
double
Oh,
reed instrument.
Like,
it's like a chanter.
It's like an oboe.
It says
That's
loud
awesome.
in the description, so that's go.
Mm-hmm.
It's a double
Gotta
reed
be at
woven
least
instrument.
+3.
I'm gonna do that.
All right. You're playing your, what is it, a shan?
Sean.
Sham. You play your sham and you gather the crowd around the crew, and the crowd looks over to you and comes over to see what you have to say, because you're standing up on your cart, I assume, so you're higher than the rest.
All right. We got the church, and we're going to distribute the money back now. There you go.
All right,
And we throw.
you begin to, the people start rushing your cart, and your cart begins to shake as you're handing out the gold as
No,
quickly as
we're
possible.
spread out.
Oh, okay, you're in the crowd. Okay, you're in the crowd.
Yeah, like we're in the crowd listening to him, and then the second he says we do it, we just kind of like
Okay.
release.
Yeah.
As you see people running around to pick up the gold, Merc, can you roll a history check for me?
What?
These people did not have gold.
That wasn't gold.
It's poison.
You killed them all. Merc.
Platinum.
You're throwing anthrax.
You're
You are
throwing.
throwing a solid version of the COVID-19 virus.
Merc, did you roll a history check for me?
Uh-oh.
Merc?
Mark? Mark?
Merc?
Merc.
Merc?
What?
Are we actually?
Mercator.
Wait, this is one of the situations where Katie's not actually here, and it's just a video that she's
She
played.
has a cardboard cutout of herself.
She's on The Sims right now.
She has no idea what's happening right now. She's so lost.
Oh,
Typing.
she's
Oh.
typing.
Oh,
Oh.
She's like,
What?
I can hear you guys.
the audio is not audioing, she says.
Interesting.
I wonder how
Okay.
long it's not been audioing.
Roll.
Oh shit.
Roll.
That's real.
Saber, do not make that motion.
Roll.
Katie?
Is
There it is.
Roll a history check.
How long was it out?
like a minute.
Okay. Can you roll a history check for me?
I would love to.
As you're passing out the gold, you need to roll a history check for me.
Oh my god, do I see someone familiar? It's an 11.
You feel an instinctual connection to a few of these people, as if there is like a deja vu moment, but you're unable to place exactly who some of them are. But they are some of the gold gatherers around you.
Can I like talk to some of them, see if it like jogs my memory?
What are you saying?
Because
These people are in a frenzy as they're grabbing the gold, and they've just looted a church, and they're rioting in the streets.
let me just like grab one and like have him look at me.
Whoa.
Okay. There's like an immediately around you. There's like an old man. There's like a there's a human. There's more like a halfling that's like scampering around. They're just like they're grabbing stuff around you. Are you just who?
Let me grab the old man.
The old man.
Daddy.
All right. Roll a strength check for me.
What, to choke him out?
To grapple him.
10.
Okay. You grab him and you pick him up, and you are making eye contact. Can you give us a merc stare?
It's like when you pick up on me.
There goes the AirPod, ladies and gents.
He is standing in front of you.
Mhm.
Eye contact as you grabbed him aggressively. And he is staring into you. Merc,
Does he look familiar?
this man lived not far from where you grew up. His name is John Sandro. He was the local butcher your family used to get food from.
Serial killer. The butcher.
I'll set him back down.
He'll set him back down. He like looks up for you a second. What's the issue, Sonny? Is everything all right?
Have you seen my father around, perhaps?
Well, I don't know who you are exactly.
Mercator?
Oh.
Mercator.
Are we brothers?
Mercator? Mercator? Like the little Sonny chap.
Mm-hmm.
Well, son, I'm afraid
Son.
your father's dead. And I want to leave today's session
Oh my
with
God.
that. Today we're gonna leave your session with that.
Mercator, you
Not
my
Mercator's
brother.
father, not
Orphan
Mercator's
vibes.
father.
Merc, you my brother.
Be
I don't
honest.
think so.
Are you like the brother where dad settled down and had a good family for a couple years?
Yeah, he's
Pretty
the.
nice.
You think he's
Why would I kill
the son that you wish
been
you
me.
would have been?
It
Could
should
have been me.
Made him want a family.
It should have been I.
Definitely wasn't Draggy, but
I know. You think he wanted to stay with the goat?
I probably got the
Got him.
least parental.
Got his ass.
Least parental.
but listen, next time we sit down for a long rest in like a safe spot. Draggy's getting the
Draggy's
circlet,
getting the headband. Dude.
for like an hour, and I'm gonna
Just see what happens. See what words come out of his mouth.
just his eyes.
As he realizes he's alive.
You must save me.
Well, that's where we're going to leave today's
My
session.
head is so loud.
We're going to leave today's session with that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 7 of Dunes of Karak. Check a look for our latest episode up on the YouTube in a bit, and I'll catch you later, folks. Aloha!